Come walk with me. Thoughts of today, it's about acceptance. Acceptance of some things that, okay, now it's okay. So like I was saying, the thought of today is about acceptance. I guess I would like to start with accepting the good, which a lot of times is hard to do when you've been so conditioned and used to emotional chaos and stress and lack and being with people who are emotionally unavailable and having to overextend yourself to get the bare minimum at work or in relationships or in life or financially. And so it gets hard to accept good. It gets hard to accept healthy love. It can be hard to accept a person who is emotionally available to you. It can be hard to accept a person who meets you in the middle and who gives you as much as you're giving in a relationship. It can be hard to accept that life is now slower and you don't have to rush everywhere and eat really fast and not sleep enough or not sleep at all. It can be hard to accept that you have more than enough and you get to sow into other people's lives and you get to be the one who helps and who aids and who gives assistance to others as opposed to being the one who is in need and who is needy. It can be hard to accept the good, but acceptance is so necessary to step into the new identity of who we're supposed to be. I can speak for myself of who I'm supposed to be. I'm not supposed to be someone no longer who is used to all these things I mentioned. And even financially, I haven't been in financial struggle in a very long time, and I'm beyond grateful for that. But I remember having a conversation with a dear friend of mine, and he and I were talking about how it's a little uncomfortable, to now have way more than what we're used to having. And it takes a while, to get used to having plenty all the time, every time, And now, in this new chapter of life, there are just more good things that I need to get used to now having and accepting the new norm, welcoming that new norm, accepting more inner peace, accepting that even when things aren't going or flowing exactly the way that I planned, that I still feel calm and I feel at ease. Accepting the good. Accepting that I am now in a time in my life where I don't have to strive and struggle as much as I used to. And I can catch myself a lot of times, like subconsciously almost, creating reasons to feel stressed out or rush. I at times even catch myself like washing my face way too fast and abrasively, and I'm like, I can take my time. I don't need to just go like this, like, hey, so there is that stage of acceptance and then that stage of adjusting and behaving accordingly, and it feels so good. But I think it's so important to bring these up to conversation and discourse about it, because Like, it's okay. It's okay that it takes a little bit of time to get used to it, into that phase of acceptance and that phase of like, this is who I am now, and this is how I go about everything in my life, in a more positive, in a more calm, in a more poised way, right? This chronic inflammation that created such havoc in my life, and that brought on such like an insane amount of pain and discomfort and panic and despair, sadness, depression, anxiety, like questioning why it was all happening to me. I'm so young, like how come my joints are so achy? And I mean, it really made me freak out. And what I'm saying is, I think that that was the point, that I needed to halt, right? Pull up the handbrake and really pay attention to myself, and really ask some poignant questions, and really turn my attention inward, as opposed to being so hyper vigilant and feeling like I was responsible for anyone and for everyone, and was carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders. And these last 6 years has only been about me slowly but surely turning inward and turning to God and going, why is this happening? What do I need to learn from this? What is it trying to tell me? But really, just very recently have I been embracing the idea of accepting what is. Not in a way of like, oh, I'm gonna accept that I'm gonna have this forever, but accepting that it is here now, and accepting that it is still here now, because I have known and learned about countless stories of other women who went through the same thing as me, and even worse, who were even in, oh my gosh, who were completely bedridden, who were on a wheelchair. I mean, and like in tons of medication. Ugh, I can't even imagine. And they recovered much faster than me. Like, I've heard stories of women making a shift in their mind, and in 8 hours being free of pain. And then others who went through healing after a year, after 2 years. And me, it's been 6 years and I'm still dealing with it. And I think it's because although I've been getting a lot of knowledge about it and doing a lot of research and trying all the things, the somatic exercises and the diets, and trying to meditate but not really, it has only been very recently that I've embraced the idea of acceptance. Very recently. Because until then I was resisting it, as one should. You would think it's the natural thing to do. It's the expected response to a disease and to pain, to anything you don't want in your life anymore, and you want to expel it and you want it to go away. But now I am seeing that acceptance is needed in order for it to go, because I need to have this deep knowing that it came for a reason and it is still here for a reason, and that until I make that shift of identity and that shift of no longer positioning myself to be hypersensitive and taking the weight of the world on my shoulders, then my own autoimmune system will relax and be at ease and feel safe and not function out of fight or flight. And that's what I want. If you can relate, if you're going through the same thing and would like to share your story in the comments, by all means do. I'd be really happy to hear your story and your experience and how it is that you're accepting the good and accepting the bad, not in a way of embracing it, but in a way of understanding why it came to be, why it came to you in the first place. There is a gift in that, and there is immense freedom on the other side, and that's what I'm after. Thanks for coming along on the walk. I'll see you next time, somewhere between the shore and the next spot.